So here's the idea. I'd like to see some more involved forensics gameplay around firearms and even bladed weapons. So let's imagine a player finds a gun that he wants to check if it was used in a crime. So what he would then have to get is a bullet from the victim, or a bullet that hit somewhere near the victim in a wall or the floor, which he could retrieve. Then he would take the gun to a ballistics laboratory in the city hall, or to your own home-built laboratory if the player can buy a machine like this and then put it in there. And the way this works is that in real life, the bullet is fired into a water tank, and the water slows it down so it can retrieve without getting damaged. Then the bullet is examined for grooves on the side. And when the bullet travels through a barrel, the twist in the barrel leaves unique marks on the bullet with these scratches, which is sort of like a fingerprint for a barrel of a gun. And in-game it would work like this. Okay, so you have like this original picture over here. And then I pixelized it a bit, so the player would get a picture like this. That would be the bullet he retrieved on the scene. And the next picture would be the bullet he fired from the laboratory. Now, instead of the game automatically matching whether it's the same thing, like fingerprints or blueprints, it would actually require for the player to look at it closely and see if there's a match or if there's too many differences in the pictures. And then the player would actually have to decide for himself if the evidence is matching, which means there's room for error, so when he hands in the evidence, he might be wrong at the end. But I think that's more engaging gameplay because the player uses his own senses to get himself to, it's basically more physical. Then the same thing could be extended for bullet casings. Let's say a player find a bullet casing, and the game currently already leaves bullet casings at some crime scenes. So if you find a bullet casing, let's assume that's the bullet casing from the crime scene and that's from a test laboratory. Then it would be a pixelized picture of that, and then the game could procedurally add little dents on it. So for example, where's the picture? You could take this dent and procedurally copy it over there, or something like here. And it would be the same gameplay like with the carvings on the side of the bullet. And finally, the gameplay could also be, I think, extended to knife wounds on victims. Of course, I'm not using pictures here because I don't want it to be too graphic. So it would be like a stylized, pixelized picture of the wound in game. And then in the laboratory, you could create the wound with a particular weapon. It would be like ballistic gel. It would look similar. Then it would be the picture comparing gameplay of checking if the wound matches, if it matches the weapon.